Weekdays at 2.
You go to work in the morning, you have plenty of choices. However, only one morning show can inform and entertain you at the same time. It's the Sam Malone Show. We take issues seriously and try to put a smile on your face too. Along with J.P. Pritchard, Chuck Tiller, and Tom Fontaine, Sam Malone covers everything, getting to the truth and letting you know what's really happening. The Sam Malone Show. Weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. on Business 1110 and FM 96.1.
KTEK Alvin, Houston.
The following program does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry and Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Oh, that's better. I've been pretty weak the last month.
Yeah.
Get ready. The guys that will put your fears behind you are on the air now. They're taking calls at 713-785-1817.
All right, gentlemen, hot
Toll
mics
free,
in 5,
877-881-0271.
2,
Here's Tom and
1.
Jason.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, no. Good morning. It's actually... Man, I'm so discombobulated. Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Good morning, folks. I've been out 2 days straight, just laying in bed, resting because I was coughing my head off.
You never get sick either.
It is very
super rare.
Yeah, 4 years I've been sick. Maybe one other time besides this. I mean, it is.
Well, we've been going so hard lately. I mean, it's. I wasn't great this weekend. I slept most of the weekend.
You know, something happened on. I guess it was. You know, for me, always the first telltale sign is I get a bad taste in the back of my throat. It's kind of like it's that tasted
taste.
Yeah. Yep. I get that, and then I know I've got about 12 hours to knock it out, or it's going to go,
it's on.
or it's on. And I wasn't able to knock it out in that 12 hours. And then really for me, it's the only thing that really works for me is over the counter meds, and then rehydrate, which is incredible, keeping lots of fluids in, and then just rest. I mean, if I sleep, my body just starts healing.
See, that's the problem, right? That's the hardest part. Like, I can take all the drugs and, quote, power through it, but I'm like, you got to rest, man.
Yeah.
So we've been on an 18-day straight tear of buying houses, speaking in front of groups, buying more houses. I mean, it was just like...
It was a lot of travel.
A lot of travel, so...
because we did a weekend. Let's see, we started really on Monday, July 17th. This is when it goes back to, and then we did a weekend retreat that weekend, and then worked Monday through Friday the following week, and actually flew out. You know, I went to Dallas Wednesday night, and then it was LA on Thursday, and we spoke Friday, Saturday, and yeah, it's been crazy. And then it was Monday through Friday the following week, and
I'll tell you what, it makes me realize this is. Colby and I were joking about this yesterday. We know that you can't run, at least according to what some of these guys are doing, a real estate education business and their real estate business without a team of people to do it.
Right.
So there's no, like, if there's a guy, if you ever go to a real estate seminar and somebody points at a guy off stage and says, this is the guy that helps me buy, 4 houses a month, they're not buying houses.
Right.
I'll just go ahead and tell you that right now.
Right. Yeah.
Because doing the education business and the real estate as a business, it's a lot of work. It's
not a two-man. It's not a two-man job.
It's not a two-man job.
No, right.
Yeah, you need a team to be able to build it. So it's fascinating to me when somebody says, "Oh yeah, I buy 4 to 5 houses a month." Yeah, how big's your team? Oh, it's me and my wife and one other guy, and we travel around the country teaching real estate education. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't.
You're
do
a big fat
deals.
liar.
You're a big liar, man. You're not doing.
And I'll say it to your
deals.
face.
Yeah, and we have, right?
Right.
So to be able to do all
don't
this
talk
stuff,
back to me. I'll punch you in the throat.
That's right. Punch you right in the throat. So
I loved when you made that comment.
Yeah.
You tell me I'm a self-made man, I'll punch you in the throat.
Oh, people who say they're self-made millionaires, it's just ridiculous. It is the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard. I'm a self-made man. No, you're not. By the fact that you simply sell products or services to somebody else, doesn't mean you're self-made.
Right.
You can't operate a business in a vacuum. It's one of those things that it's kind of like it's one of those conventional wisdom things. Most conventional wisdom is nonsense, and it's one of those conventional wisdom things that just drives me up the wall. It really does. So, let's talk about real estate today.
Yeah, we can do that
instead of all the other stuff that's going on. Had a lot of meetings the last couple of days. Was in Dallas on Monday night. Had a ton of fun up there. We've got our Dallas weekend retreat coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Actually, 2 weeks from next. Actually, it's 3 weekends from now. I'm going to host a webinar Wednesday night. Not tonight, but next Wednesday night. Thursday night, we're going to be in Dallas. You're going to be talking about how to do rehab stuff.
Right.
Rehab estimates. Walk in 10 minutes in a house, be able to get within 10% of the budget, and then
that's probably not that important.
It doesn't sound like.
I mean, if you want to be successful in real estate, being able to estimate rehabs accurately, that's not that big a deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can miss that number and still be fine.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah, because all you really do is you just have a lot of drama and you beat your contractor up and then you fire that one and don't pay him and then
get another.
That's how they do it on TV, right?
Oh, well, and it's amazing to me. It's one of those things we talk about in the weekend retreat where somebody says, well, I've had one contractor that had to fire him, that had to get another one, and another one. And no one ever thinks like, well, the reason you had to fire 5 contractors might be because it's you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, but they told me they could do this for this number. I mean, they told me they were $20,000 less than Fast Track was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, there's a reason you
can't. On a $30,000 project.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's like a $60,000 project. Yeah. They're $20,000 cheaper. And you're like, and of course, the guys at Fast Track Elijah's like, you can't do it for that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's not enough margin.
Yeah, on a $60,000 project, Fast Track makes $12,000.
Yeah.
And that's 20%.
Gross.
Gross. They make $12,000. So if anybody's doing it for cost, like if I did it for myself at cost, I could do it for $12,000 less, right? Mm-hmm. And why do that, right? So if they're
or it's what I like to, or it's not scalable. Like they're the ones that are in the aisles of Home Depot.
Yeah, they're
getting the tile that's on sale.
Well,
right?
They want to go to Habitat, which always has different inventory every day because it's all donated stuff, and they want to find that one scratch and dent toilet, right? That is just, it's a $300 toilet that they picked up for, $69. And it's like, yeah, look how much I saved. See, I can do it so much cheaper than you. I'm like, yeah, no, you can't.
It's that one day when we were moving in and I was at Home Depot and I was picking the garage door opener up and some other stuff. I didn't have time to go through the bid room and just have them deliver it to the house.
Right.
Which actually, I'm going to build a deck this weekend. I need to call those guys so they can have it. I hope everybody knows.
You're building a deck?
Yeah, it doesn't take me long to build a deck. I'm pretty quick at it. If I ever need a second gig, I can build decks quick.
Yeah.
Like you'll see this week. Just get out power tools and I'm done. So I put them on those deck blocks. I love it. It's so easy to do. So, I mean, it'll take me a couple hours maybe. So,
I've always thought that it'd be cool to build decks only to the size of like standard length so the fewest cuts possible.
Yes, that's
right?
what I do. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So really what I do is the way I build them is build them to where you aren't taking, you're not taking that many cuts.
Right,
done. So
you're buying 8-foot lengths, and magically your deck is 8 foot wide.
8 16-foots, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Right. Huh?
Your other little platform be 6 feet. I mean, boom, you're done.
Yeah,
right. So it's just screwing some stuff in and making sure it's level. Anyway, so
do you actually do you deal it out of, do you do it out of like treated lumber?
Yeah.
Have you ever used that Trek stuff?
I've looked at it, but the problem is there's end caps. Well, there's a couple different kinds. There's the stuff that's actually like an extruded plastic, right?
That's the Trex.
And then there's some other stuff it's like a treated lumber, and then it's coated.
No, this is like a plastic stuff that never wears out.
So that when we go to a beach house, we go to our beach house in Florida. In Florida,
not our beach house,
right? But the one in Florida is made exclusively out of that stuff. And whenever I look at it, I'm like, man, I know how to do it. And I look at the price, and I'm like, man, if my deck lasts 15 years, lasting another 15, I never figure out the number really makes sense.
Yeah, it's a never have to do it again, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's always going to look new.
Oh, that's true.
That's the other thing is it may last 15 years, but it's only going to look new for about 4 or 5, and then after
or if
5,
it sits in the sun about 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. So anyhow. So back to real estate.
Anyway, back to real estate. Well, I'll tell you the other thing, to go back to that plastic stuff. The other nice thing is that obviously it doesn't split, right?
Right.
And then the other problem is when you get all this wood in, because I just get it delivered to the house, so I always get like the freshest stuff off shipment, right?
Yeah.
It's all wet.
Yeah, it's going to shrink.
And so it's going to shrink, and there's 2 schools of thought. Either you build the deck out of the stuff right there, or you let it acclimate and dry. But the problem is if it dries too fast, it'll start to bow.
Yeah, it does.
So Anyways, that's me as a deck builder, an amateur deck builder.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
I could build an ark out of that treated 2x6. We've done so much stuff around the house with that. Anyways, so real estate. Let's go back to actually buying some houses.
Hey, it's a good time to buy.
It's always a good time to buy.
Yeah. Because what people it's some of the comments that I hear at the weekend retreat is, well, aren't there a lot of people out there doing it? It's like, yeah. Do you realize that there's a ton of real estate agents out there, and that most of them, are like they're still asleep right now. I mean, or they're doing other things. They're part time. Anytime that you're willing to do something with excellence, you're going to rise to the top.
Yes.
And so there's not a super abundance of people that are out there that are real estate investing with excellence. So there's plenty of room for more folks to come on in, and welcome. The water's fine. We have a property for sale right now. It's on MLS. Don't need to give the address or anything like that, but I got this offer on it yesterday. Hey, this guy wants to make. Now it's listed at like I think 23,000, something like that. It's not a real high end property.
So it's a little junk.
It's a fixer upper.
Yeah.
And so this guy called up, wanted to offer $18,000, and I said, well, one of the things that, and he said close in 15 days, and I go, why so long? And in the retail world, that's a pretty short turnaround.
Yeah, it's quick.
But in the $23,000 price range, that's a long time. I'm like, why can't we close tomorrow, right? And the reason why I know is he's a wholesaler, right? So he's trying to market a property that I'm already marketing to investors. I've got a big buyer's list. Oh, yeah, how many on your list? I mean, I've got 60,000 on my list. How many on yours? He goes, oh, I don't know. I've never really counted them all. And I'm like, I haven't actually counted all mine either. We
didn't count it. It just says that's what the number is in our email software.
In MailChimp, I think it says, which we don't use MailChimp.
We don't use it anymore, but yeah.
But, whatever email software you use, it says this is how many in your database.
1 minute.
And then he said, he goes, well, I didn't think about that. And I go, well, so how many in your list? He goes, I don't know. And I said, well, here's the deal.
When you log in, it says right there.
I'll accept your offer, but we only accept offers with $2,500 of non-refundable earnest money.
Yep.
He goes, well, I'll make an offer of $19,000 with only $50 down.
No.
And I said no.
You're a terrible negotiator.
Yeah, right.
Did you ask him? This is all, whenever you do this, and I know you do it if you have enough time. Hey, who's teaching you how to do real estate?
I did ask that.
Oh, you did? Oh.
I did ask that.
Hey, man, who's teaching you how to do this
I
real
said,
estate
is it Sukasa? Is it Prosperity? I mean, who is he? He goes, oh, no, I'm not taking from anybody. I'm self-taught. I'm like, whatever.
That explains it.
I said, whatever. You're not teaching yourself this stuff, because I said, all you're really looking for is the greater fool. And if you don't find it, you're going to be out $50, and so I'm not willing to type the property for that.
Well, but I read all the blogs on Bigger Pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to figure this out. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah. I'm like,
good luck, bro.
Yeah, go become a real estate agent. You'll make more money.
Yes.
Yeah, because we'll talk about if you're not making at least twice what the median home price is on a real estate commission. In other words, $200,000 of median home price, 3% of that's $6,000. If you're not making at least $12,000 per deal on a wholesale, you need to be an agent.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
Get on out of this business.
Get out of the wholesaling business if you're not making twice. All right, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, or join us on the Book of Faces at facebook.com, like our Right Path Real Estate page. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning, Daniel.
Have you ever
Good morning, Ginger.
the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement?
Oh, Ginger says, morning guys. JB, I think you were going to talk a little bit about the bid room. Can go briefly explain how that works? Do you want to take that one or should I?
Find out how JB Fund Services.
I'm kind of an expert on that.
Because I've used the bid room approximately twice in my life. So
yeah, I've used it a couple of hundred times.
JBFundServices.com. That's 281-915-0906.
Ginger, do you mind if I answer that when we come back from the break?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll go into a diatribe about, because that's where I was going with this, right? Home Depot, I'm at Home Depot, and if your contractor's at a Home Depot, you're losing money.
Right. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
This is Bring a Trailer,
so
it's all
at 832
auctions.
742-9992.
That is sick.
Again, that's 832
That's going to auction?
Well, it's you put it up on an auction site.
Oh, okay, got it. Current bid's 100.
This is business.
We're coming back now. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Our mics are live, evidently, on the radio.
Oh, mics are live on the radio? You never killed them?
No, the mics are not live on the radio.
Somebody texted us and said they were.
They're not.
Okay.
They're about to be. Hot mics in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2,
6,
1.
8, 12.
Hot mics, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio.
All right, so I was going on this story, and then we got on decks, and don't even get me started on the pool. We're throwing another $1,000 out today. Anyways, so the bid room. So anyways, I was walking Home Depot, and one thing I hear real estate gurus to tell new investors, they say, you need to walk around Home Depot and figure out what the price of things are. And I'm like, I can't think of worse advice.
Yeah, why would you do that when you could go to the go to the interwebs?
I don't know.
And why would you even do that anyway?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
So I'm at Home Depot and I'm buying like garage door opener, and I got a garage door opener, has an app. Oh, it's so much fun. Anyway, so I'm buying some stuff at Home Depot, and I had this revelation as I was there, as I saw a couple of these subcontractors that were wandering around, and I realized that if you're at Home Depot, if your contractor is at Home Depot, you're losing money. Not only that, you have the wrong contractor. Like the way Fast Track and the way most competent contractors' jobs work is you go through the professional services, the bid room. We'll talk about that. Tom will talk about that here in a minute. But all the materials get delivered at the job site. You don't have to drive to Home Depot and back. They will deliver them to the job site. So
that's true for about 85% of the materials.
Okay.
And because even like with Fast Track, for example, if you can order the bulk of the stuff, and have it delivered, there's some items that you just you can't really know the details, and it mainly comes down to plumbing fittings is the number one thing. When you're talking about, quarter inch or, half inch, inside diameter, outside diameter, all those kind of elbows and joints and things like that. And the problem is that, when people are walking the store and they're grabbing the items off of the little racks, you have those little poles. Well, if they grab it off, they don't always put it back on the right one, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so then, if you're ordering from the bid room or wherever, and you're asking Home Depot to deliver that stuff, what happens is that you have the lowest skilled employee is the puller. And so that guy goes by, and the quality control on all he does is, he doesn't
He just
look,
pulls it out of the bin, right?
Well, what happens is that, if it's on that pole and it says, quarter inch outside diameter, he's going to pull the first one off there and not going to check to see that the one he pulled off is actually, what it says on that rack. And you often, I'd say it's a mistake 90% of the time.
All right. So, but for 90% of the stuff
85,
that you order,
90% of the stuff, yeah.
Like,
In fact, all the big items, all your lumber, your toilets, your bathtubs, your tile. I mean, all the things that would be heavy. I mean, if anybody's going to Home Depot and picking up tile, that's crazy. Putting it. Even a half-ton truck.
I see people pick up flooring. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, come by. I see it in the Houston Real Estate Investor Group all the time. Like, hey, man, I got some extra flooring. Come on over and pick it up, for a $10 or something. I'm like, who does that?
Yeah, right.
Like, who's got time for that? Oh, broke people got time for that. That's really what it comes down to.
Right.
But
well, let me explain. So one of the ways to ask questions is you can either call in at 713-785-1817, or you can also go onto the Book of Faces, and so. Ginger has gone on to the Book of Faces and asked the question about what
when you say Book of Faces, people are actually looking for the Book of Faces.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know it's Facebook.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're like, I keep going to bookoffaces.com and it redirects me to something else.
Right.
Anyways, so go to Facebook.
So, go to Facebook. And so what Ginger was asking was, how does the bid room work? And so how the bid room works is that it's really set up, if you're doing your own do-it-yourself project is what it was originally set up for. And so their thought was, let's say you're doing an entire bathroom remodel, then the idea is that you're going to be able to order more than $2,500 to start out that project. And so they're actually, if you put together the entire order that exceeds $2,500, they put all of those items together and they send it through this computerized bid room. And it really looks at the margin on all the different items. Because, things like lumber don't have very much margin because it's a very competitive marketplace on lumber. So, there may only be a 5% markup on a 2x4. And so you're not going to get a very big savings on that. But on a plumbing, on a kitchen faucet that's oil rub bronze, there might be a 30% margin on an oil rub bronze one. And you might save 15% on that. But the computer knows the margins and all that, and it's basically going to bid out that entire job. So as long as it's more than $2,500, then they're going to come back and say, hey, based on all of these items, you can get all this for, let's say $2,500 might be $2,225. And then they say for the next week, everything that you add to that order based on the address or whatever that order number is and all that, you're going to be able to run that, even if it's just one item, because they realize, hey, you may have forgotten that shutoff valve. If you're doing a kitchen remodel, you may have forgot the shutoff valve, and you want to add it to that, original. They recognize that project may be at least a week long. So then that can go through the bid room as well. It's as an add-on. Well, if you have a pro account with Home Depot,
which we do,
which we do, then they lower that threshold to only $1,500. Well, the beginning of every week at Fast Track, we would just place a minimum of a $1,500 order for whatever address we were doing for that week. And then, everything else that we went, even if we were going for just a $1.25 fitting, because if you can save, 20% on a $1.25 fitting, it's granted, it's only a small amount of money, but 20% added up, we spent over $1 million in Home Depot in 1 year.
$200,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you can save 12%, as an average, over that million, it's $120,000 bucks, and that's straight to the bottom line profit. I mean, that's how important it was. I mean, that was one of the areas that I was like militant about.
Yeah.
That it must go through the freaking bid room every single.
Yeah.
I can say freaking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's how the bid room works, and you got to set it up through the Pro Desk. And then typically, one of the things that you may not know is that any orders when you get to a certain size, they'll waive the $50 delivery fee. So delivery is actually free.
Mm-hmm.
And so why would you take time to go into Home Depot and pick it up, load it up into your car, take it to the job site, unload it out of your... I mean, when Home Depot will load that up on a truck, if I order it in the morning before about 10 o'clock in the morning, but I think their cutoffs at 11. Every store is different, but order it by 11 o'clock, and it's delivered the next morning. I mean, it's like you waste no time in that.
And $50 just to reduce the wear and tear on your own truck.
Yeah,
like,
and your own back. Your own back. I mean,
it's totally worth it.
Right, absolutely.
Hey, guys, have you ever wholesaled a house to developers, or do developers even bother working with investors? Well, let's back up for a second here. Let's define what a developer is. A developer is going in and buying a multi-acre tract of land to do all of the civil engineering, to do all of the streets and the utilities and all that stuff. That's what a developer does. And then a builder will then buy those tracts from a developer to put houses on. That's the difference between a builder and a developer. We have not wholesaled anything to a developer, but we don't go after those large property tracts like that. We've sold things to new home builders before. We've absolutely done that. We've wholesaled things, raw land, little lots, and that sort of thing.
So a lot of the
builders.
Facebook folks are saying they don't have any sound.
Oh,
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
So in any case, we do.
We've got sound here.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We sell directly. We'll sell lots, but we've never sold directly to developers. So in any case, that's what we've done. So hopefully that's helpful.
All right.
All right, that's it. That's all the questions right now.
Okay, so that answered all that. So what, we want to talk about some real estate?
I don't know. There's probably nothing else to talk about, right?
No, all right. Let's take a break. No, I'm just kidding. Totally playing, Nikki. No, we're totally playing.
Don't put us on break.
Yeah.
So on my drive in this morning, I had an epic rant based on what we were talking about in DFW, and that is people's pride. They get so wrapped up in the real estate education that they've bought or coaching they've bought in the past. Let me tell you what this sounds like. It sounds like, so I'm standing there at the booth. Colby's with me at the booth, at the little Right Path booth at this event, and somebody comes up to us and says, hey, my name's Bob. Great, Bob. What do you do? Well, I'm a real estate investor. Yeah, guess what? So is everybody else here. So what do you really do, right? Oh, well, I'm a new investor. Well, how long have you been doing this? 2 years. And I try not to roll my eyes. I've been trying to get better at that. Try not to roll my eyes when I'm like, hey, you're only allowed to be a freshman your first year.
Yeah, right, yeah.
At some point, you got to graduate to big boy time, right?
Actually, you know what? That's not entirely true. When I was a freshman at A&M, there was a guy that lived across the hall from me named Fish Bill, and he was in his third year at A&M. And
thus the name Fish, right?
and he still had freshman hours, right?
Probably still there, huh?
Right, exactly.
Who wouldn't want to be in college the rest of their life? That's a pretty sweet time of your life. Anyways, so at some point you've got to graduate.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the pride people have wrapped up in real estate education that they've paid for that's not working for them. We get back from the break. Are we going to break? I hear the music. When we get back from the break, we'll talk more about having pride and not reaching your goals. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate, with Tom Perry in studio together. You can catch us on Facebook or you can give us a call.
Mic's off.
Yeah, people do not need to be texting us and Facebook messages and all that. Oh, something screwed up. This is all. I'm like, we can't fix any of that when we're on the show.
Would help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal.
Yeah.
Is a brokerage website.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on their side or
access to high equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of
Hey guys,
real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else.
Yeah.
Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or
Eric, did that
non-responsive,
answer your question?
you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money.
I don't know if that's going to
Benchmark
work
has been in
either. That
business
looks
for
like a
over 10
train
years,
wreck.
And we insure
What?
over 30,000
Oh.
properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you.
I think
what we
Andy's going to
do
have
for
to
you
take a
at
hack at this because it's just
281-569-4353.
That's awful.
That's 281-569.
It almost you almost have to use that mind
or
mapping
online
software.
at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that for Pathfinder.
Yeah. 281-569.
I wonder if we need to sit down with a designer and say, let me introduce you to Edward Tufte.
Yeah.
Probably the best data
Are you expecting
designer.
to close accurately on time?
That's what we
and
used
with
at our
lots
old
of
place.
Communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever.
Yeah, I don't know how some
Give
people
us
are
a call
saying that it's
today
working
to
on
find out
sound
the
on
simple
Facebook,
steps
and
to
other
get
people are
started.
saying it's
I'm
not.
Jennifer Hernandez,
It can't work
the
for some and
Hernandez
not for
team
all.
At Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com.
You know what? It's not on
we
mine.
Can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS
Okay, see this? Is this on?
5144497.
Equal housing opportunity
Check your little.
lender. NMLS 514497.
Selecting
Yeah,
a
restart your
foundation
Facebook,
company
'cause it's-
and their
it's
product
working.
for repair is a lot
90
like a game of
seconds.
chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best
Ooh, Eric, I
foundation
like that
analysis
question.
in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346.
All right, Eric, we'll come back at your question. I'll read it to Tom, and we'll just go back and forth.
Online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is
Dude, I
exactly
love
why
that
we
Joanna
started
and Jimmy popped another one yesterday.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, this is their second one.
That's awesome.
We understand that
And then I said,
investors aren't
well,
looking for a
how
number
much
of
did it
what
cost
they
you to do it? I already knew the answer. Well, they didn't tell me, but
Yeah.
she's like, I think it was $3,000 to $5,000 in marketing.
What?
And I said, how much are you going to make it? She said, we're going to wholesale it. We're going to make 15 to 20. And I'm like, what? I'm so
Are
shocked.
small returns
This is my
getting in the way
shocked
of your
face.
retirement
Yeah.
Plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a
It-
better
it's
place
amazing to
invest.
me that
The experts agree.
Base Camp,
Single-family real estate is
Pathfinder,
one of the
one-on-one,
best
everyone's
investments you can
achieving
make.
success at
Find
each
out
one.
how
Now,
JD
obviously at
Fund
different
Services
levels and
offers a
different
9% preferred return
at
and up
different
to 13% waterfall.
speeds, if you
Call
will.
us today at 281-915-0906
But they're achieving
or visit our website
every
at
single step.
jdfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906.
That's our estimate for construction.
You are kidding me. That's it?
Offered
Yeah.
to accredited investors.
I think this is an interesting.
1110. Call Jason
Yeah, what
or
is
Tom
that?
at 713-785-1817.
That's the management construction fee.
Whatever.
Or look for us on
You know what? That
Facebook
should
Live,
include our drawings.
Facebook.com/RightPathRealestate.
Anyways.
You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Oh, Jimmy, was I not supposed to say anything? My bad. Jimmy's you and I were talking about the deal they're doing, and he's like, don't say anything yet. And I'll tell you what, Jimmy, nobody cares. They're going to pay it, and they're going to like it. So, but I get it. I will keep mum until the
Till the deal is consummated.
Till the deal is done. All right, so Eric, back to his question. He said, hey, Jason, thanks. That's what I meant, builder, but that makes more sense. So we wholesale to new home builders. We've totally done that.
Because we don't want to be in the new home building business.
I don't want to be in new home building. I mean, I could see us at some point. We go in, buy a tract of land, put a construction trailer there. I could see doing the new home build if it was if it was big enough, if we could scale it. But I can't see doing like the guys in the Heights that are like, well, let's put up 3 townhomes. I'm like, I got no desire to do that.
The only problem that I see with that is because I've seen builders make A lot of money went in the boom time, but I've never seen a builder. Very few builders survive the bust times.
Oh yeah, they get obliterated.
And so I mean, I remember at one time we provided the security guard services for the largest home builder in the country was U.S. Homes. Ever heard of them?
No, exactly, right?
Right. They were the largest in the country.
Yeah.
And then KB Homes at one time was the biggest. You know, not bragging. I'm just saying that they were the biggest because they don't build a very good quality product. Kaufman Broad. And they went bankrupt. And so there's really only been two that I've seen long term that have been able to survive, and that's David Weekley and Perry Homes. And they've been able to survive up and down, good times and bads.
I have to look at Pulte. Did Pulte survive? We had a Pulte home we really liked, but
there's another brand also that's a conglomeration of brands, Brighton Homes and a bunch of others, and
just consolidated when it all went to pot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the only way
even like my dad was friends with a guy that owned Wilshire Homes in Austin, and they were in like a bunch of different markets, and that's who my brother worked for in Austin, and really strong Christian guy, great builder, and I mean 30, 40 years of experience, and in 2001, I mean he just excuse me,
07?
No, in 2007, 8, yeah. And right in that period, and in fact, because when I started Fast Track in 2010, I mean it was 2011. He had gone from I think almost 70 a project manager, something like that, or 50, 60. I may be wrong on the numbers, but I'm thinking he was down to like 3 or 4 in Austin.
Wow.
I mean, and then ended up having to sell out to another builder, and he was just decimated and basically lost everything.
Yeah. Well, and we know some developers early on in our career at Houston, when we started Houston House Buyers.
It would take a very special deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I think you and I are both so risk averse that, I mean, and we have a tough time predicting what's the market going to be doing 10 months from now.
Right.
I mean, it's really, we can predict 3, 4, 5 months from now pretty confidently, and if we buy it at a deep enough discount, but the margins are just so slim.
So there's two things we've been batting around. Let me get to these questions because we could talk about this all day. There's two ideas we've been batting around. Jeff and I have been batting one idea around on the new builder side, and then I've been batting around another idea with a buddy of mine. But for the radio audience, especially all the new people, and be like, "What? That didn't even make any sense. I've never heard that before." So it's not going to be real helpful. But can you guys explain the skill level it takes to make offers on homes, offers for homes on MLS? If you wanted to go that route. Well, I'll tell you that's part of the trick because really it's all the same skill set. So how do you want to approach this time? We only have one close. Maybe that's a better way to start this out. Because
it's our numbers close, and we
got one close.
We teach it at the weekend retreat. And so that's, I can give like a 30-second, overview, but in this format, that's a difficult question to answer. And so what I'd recommend is, if you really, we do talk about making MLS offers and our one close that we use, which is the numbers close, at the weekend retreat. So our next weekend retreat is going to be in Dallas. And so go to our Right Path Real Estate page and sign up for that. But, at a high level, you have to go through an agent. And ideally, what we want to do is have the agent understand or want to understand that we're not just trying to make a low ball offer. That as an investor we have to account for our costs.
Well, I want to take this question a different way. I know where you're going with this, but I want to take it a different way, and I want to take it this way. There's not 70 ways to buy a house.
There's not.
There's not 100 ways to buy a house. There's not. You don't go to a seller and make 25 offers.
Right.
I hear that all the time. Oh, you got to be making at least 7 offers. No, there's one offer.
Yeah.
There's one way to do this. And I think that's what a lot of people miss in this business. They start reading all these blogs, they go to all these real estate education seminars, and they fill your head with all this nonsense. There's only really a handful of ways to do this business right. And there's a whole lot of ways to do it wrong. And so what we teach is what we call our numbers close. And it's a logical step-by-step process of sitting down with a seller or their representative and explaining to them. When you really get down to it, we sell two things when we buy a house. We sell time back to the owner, right? Because it's easier, cheaper, faster to sell to us than it is to go through the whole real estate, go through an agent process. The second thing we're selling is education, and that is I'm educating the seller on how the process works and where we came up with our number. That's really the whole goal of our numbers close, if you will. So it doesn't matter if you're buying on MLS, it doesn't matter if you're buying wholesalers, it doesn't matter if you're buying them from attorneys, it doesn't matter if you're buying them from heirs, it doesn't matter if you're buying from the actual owner. All the process is the same. Doesn't, Tom, you tell a story at our weekend retreat. Doesn't matter if you're buying a house from an old like elementary school friend,
right?
Right, because we've done that. You've bought houses from friends,
high school
before.
friend, from a high school friend, and then also a buddy of mine that we've known each other for 10 or 12, 15 years, something like that, and the exact same process.
So it's the exact same process. How can you get good at something if there's 70 ways to do it?
In fact, you know what's weird is that the guy that I bought from him, he and I met in a sales training course. You know, we
train the same way.
We were in Sandler together, so I'm not trying to negative reverse close him or anything like that. And it's not about that, but it's about walking people through the logical process. You can be very transparent. One of the feedbacks that we get from a lot of people that come and hear us either at our free event or at our weekend retreat is that I've been to some of these other gurus and I just feel icky.
I got to take a shower.
They say, they're people that have been in business for a while, and they have a level of personal integrity, and they just say, I don't feel like I'm staying within my own personal integrity and doing business that way. If I have to lie to a seller, if I have to, whatever it is, then they feel like that they're completely out of integrity. And then they say, I really love the way that y'all teach this because I feel like it's so integrous, that I can maintain my personal core and do well.
I'll tell you, we got a whole bunch of folks that are in our group, but it was kind of a conversation I had with Casey one day where he said, man, I could sit down and go, here's the numbers closed, and this is what we're going to do. And
what happens is
it's great.
You can look somebody in the eye and it's almost like, if you ever meet somebody that's really confident in what they do, it gives a level of confidence, even if you don't have a ton of experience, because confidence normally comes with experience, right? But it just gives you like a rock to stand on and just plant your feet and just know that you're an immovable force. And what happens is that buyers sense that. So, and the same thing I think happens, when it comes to dealing with MLS offers. It's no different.
So Eric says, so having a realtor that understands what you're trying to do is key. Is that basically the bottom line? No. This is the numbers close and how that works is let me put it this way. Tom spends almost 6 hours of the weekend retreat explaining this whole process. I spend a little over 6 hours talking about just our marketing, how that whole the weekend retreat, you got to back up for a second. People ask me all the time, Jason, how do you convince a seller to sell you their house? And I'll say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't convince anybody to do anything they don't want to do. But
we hog tie them.
We hog tie them up and then beat them up a whole lot, right? Like a used car guy. But what a lot of people miss is they start asking questions of, Jason, how do I make offers? How do I make offers that stick? How do I make offers that get accepted? And my immediate response is, do you know what you want? You've got to start. A lot of people think that their problem is marketing and sales, but really their problem is at the very beginning of their business. What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
And that's how our weekend retreat starts. We start with step one. What are you trying to do? I paid for all this real estate education. Nobody ever sat me down and said, hey, man, thanks for that $25,000 check. So what are you trying to do? Nobody ever sat down with me. They all just assume I wanted to flip houses or I want to do rentals or whatever. No one ever sits down and says, what are you trying to accomplish? Because what you're trying to accomplish is going to be is a single thread throughout everything in your business. So I just can't give you kind of a quick answer to say, and this is one of those situations where I just can't give you a quick answer that says, hey, man, this is what you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and this is how you go. So you've got to go to the entire weekend retreat, and you got to put it all together. So
yeah, it's a little bit like what we teach in the weekend retreat. It's a little bit like baking a cake. It's not just about the ingredients. It's about the order in which those ingredients take place. So, Yeah, the weekend retreat's key.
Yeah, weekend retreat, and then, and I'll tell you right now, we give you guys everything at the weekend retreat. There's no
I had
secret.
somebody at this last free event say, what I'm afraid of is that you're going to tell me everything that you know. And I said, yeah, we do.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
And I said, but here's the interesting part is that, we have some brand new beginners that they get enough in order to get started. But we also have people that have done, 30, 40, 50 deals, and they know how to take it to the next level. So we're actually teaching to all different levels, all simultaneously.
Yeah, we don't leave anything behind.
No, right.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to get it all. Yes.
Yes, you will.
That is absolutely what's going to happen. Because if you go to somebody else, some other guru, they're not going to give you it all. Because quite honestly, most of them aren't doing any deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we get back from the break. We're going to talk more about our weekend retreat and how that whole process works. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your
Not
deals.
really.
Well, you can.
What?
Quest IRA
There's a dude
is
writing a
based
book,
locally here in Houston,
and they want to
Texas.
include us in the book
At Quest
for
IRA, we offer
stories and
retirement
stuff, and I'm
accounts
like, I'm
that
not
can be
really...
used
Who
to
is the
invest
person?
in real estate,
I have no idea who this
promissory
guy
notes,
is.
private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from
I'm
their
an independent
IRAs
real estate
to fund
investment
real estate
consultant.
deals
What does
all
that
over the
mean?
country.
Collecting
We don't
case
sell
studies
any
for a book.
investments or
I don't
give
think so.
advice.
Yeah,
However, we
how many
do
real
hold
estate
free
deals have you done?
networking
Who
events,
are you?
weekly
And how do you know about
educational
us?
classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs.
My guess is I want your real estate case study
To
so
tap
that I
into
can
the
teach on it.
$24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346.
Oh, the blog is so savage.
3825
The blog is
or
so
use our
savage.
line at foundationcheck.com.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm
You know what's
Jennifer
weird?
Hernandez,
Oh,
Senior
there-
Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage.
Yeah, you know what it
and we have
was? I had to
mastered the
reboot
30-day
my
close.
machine.
We close on time,
Yeah.
accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract to close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611 and let's talk about how we can help
Do you
you
want to mention
on your
that
next transaction.
there's some real estate investing groups in town that we probably, as a company, do more than their entire board combined?
So, you know what I'd like to do? I was chatting, Robert's in town, or
Yeah.
Fino. And so it was me and Robert Colby were chatting about this yesterday. And he goes, you know what you need to do? You need to look at your entire group, how many deals you guys are doing collectively as a group, and just market the hell out of that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. Because you know what I think we ought to do? We ought to figure out what that number is,
Yeah.
and then just not say, just advertise that number, and then just say,
Time is
hey,
money in a
compare it
real
to
estate
whatever
deal.
group you're
If your
in.
insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes.
Yeah, and if they're not
binders,
tracking, it's 'cause they
agency
don't
for
wanna
that is
know.
Benchmark Insurance.
Yeah.
The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at
1 minute, guys.
832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason or Tom.
All right, you guys ready?
713-785-1877.
Yes.
All right, hot mics in 5.
Or look for us on
4,
Facebook Live
3,
at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. That's Nikki. She's the third voice. She's in the studio. We're in our offices at our own studios.
11451 Katy Freeway.
Right in front of our window.
In Houston.
In Houston. Yeah. So, or our green screen. Man,
Yeah.
you know the cool thing? Because, watch this. We can run through all of our radio show sponsors. Watch this. There's Benchmark. There's Fast Track.
Oh,
there's
Andy added all this,
Foundation Check,
too. All the contact
there's
information.
JB. There's Legacy. Next Gen. I feel like almost like a weatherman. Patton. Who was it the other day that said they felt like a weather girl in front of them? It was I think it was Jerry Ty. I was laughing about that.
There you go.
Propelio.
Property
Care.
And
Questar. Yeah, and then back to our window.
Oh, we're gone now.
Yeah.
So, I like the new studio. It'd be better once the construction's done, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right, guys. So if y'all want to learn how to run real estate like a business, this isn't one of these happy hoo-ha seminars where we're singing and clapping and everybody's going to be a millionaire in 10 minutes. That's not what this is. This is a business meeting. We're going to talk about how to build and run a real estate business. If you want to buy 4 houses a year or 40, this is the place to learn. One of the things I hear from people all the time is, Jason, I don't want to build a 100-house-a-year business. Yeah, it's fine, but I'll tell you what, the same rules apply to us at 100 as the rules for 10. In other words, you got to have just the same margin, you got to do just the same marketing, you've got to do just the same sales process, whether it's 10 houses or 100, whether it's 4 houses or 40, it's the same thing. If you want to learn how to flip, if you want to learn how to wholesale deals, if you want to learn how to be a landlord, or you want to learn how to lend money to real estate investors, it's the only 4 ways to make money in this business. Our weekend retreat is the place to learn that at. It's a whopping $300. Seriously. $300 is too much money to learn how to do this business right. This business is not for you. So if $300 is a reasonable amount of money for you to learn from us how to build this business from A to Z, go to rightpathrealestate.com. Click on retreat at the top there. And then it's got 2 dates, the DFW event here in August and the Houston event in September.
And if you're in Dallas right now listening, then you need to go register for the event for Thursday.
Yeah, we got an event Thursday night. Tom's going to be talking about how to estimate a rehab. Again, go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can always shoot questions to support, SUPPORT, at rightpathrealestate.com. Veronica can get back with you on any of those questions you've got. Or the Facebook page. It's a pretty active place, I hear. I hear there's 100 hours of content that gets consumed in 7 days. That's how many people are watching. It's a lot. So you guys are always welcome to hang out there. But otherwise, we'll see you Thursday night or at the weekend retreat. Or we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Build Your Team Thursday. Tom will be interviewing a number of our vendors that are 10s at what they do. You got to build a team. That's why we dedicate Tuesdays and Thursdays to team building. So, Tom, you'll have that tomorrow. Any parting words for the audience?
10 seconds.
No, just go to Right Path Real Estate Radio, sign up for the events. If you want to make a difference in your family's better future, then come to the weekend retreat. Because, more millionaires are created through real estate than any other source, and find out how to do it.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Facebook, folks.
All right.
At
All right, bye.
Lucia Capital Group, we believe there are 3 critical steps that should any investment decision.